So in these problems, we're again going to look at the composition of a trig function and an inverse trig function. So for example, find the exact value of A, the sine of the cosine inverse of 1/2. And just to note, remember that if you didn't see cosine inverse, you could also write this as arc cosine. So just a little hint to remind you in case Alex writes it the other way. So just like on lots of these problems, we're going to deal with this inside part first, and it's the answer to an inverse trig function is an angle. So what we're really saying is that the cosine inverse of 1/2 is equal to theta, which is saying that the cosine of theta is equal to 1/2. So we want to look on the unit circle and see where is there a value of 1/2 for x. And in quadrant 1, right? So remember, the inverse cosine is defined in quadrants 1 and 2. Since ours is positive, we're dealing with quadrant 1. So this is going to happen when theta equals pi over 3. And so now this problem is becoming the sine of pi over 3. And the sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. So here's another one. We're looking for the arc sine of the tangent of 7 pi over 4. So again, I wrote it with arc sine here, but you could write it as sine inverse. It's all the same. So we're going to figure out the inside part first. So we just want to know what the tangent of 7 pi over 4 is. And if you look that up on the unit circle, you get -1. So this is now equal to the arc sine of -1. So we want to look, remember, arc sine or inverse sine is defined in quadrants 1 and 4, and when we're in quadrant 4, we have to rewrite everything as a negative angle. So if you think about in quadrants 1 or 4, where the sine value is equal to -1, right? So we're saying that the, we're saying that the sine of some angle theta has to turn out to be -1. And if you look that up on the unit circle, you will end up seeing that the place where it's equal to 1 is 3 pi over 2. But 3 pi over 2 is not written as a negative angle. So we have to change it to be that. So remember, if you think about a picture, we're saying, oh, I went all the way to here, 3 pi over 2, and I'm saying instead of writing it that way, we have to write it as I'm just swinging in the negative direction this much. So the amount I'm swinging is 90 degrees, or minus pi over 2. So the final answer here is going to be minus pi over 2.